Kumo DTV back with another one, man. And today we're going to be talking about this Nick Shirley situation. Wow, tongue twister. Nick Shirley situation with the Somalis in Minnesota, and how it's looking a little funny on his end. And I'm a little bit concerned that he has the ear of the president on this one, and he's just making these claims that seem false. At first they look legitimate to me, but after seeing the videos that I'm about to show, it looks a little false to me now. Like, it looks like he intentionally was going out of his way to make things look a certain way when they're not that at all. So let's get into it.
Nick Shirley, the journalist who exposed fraud taking place in Minnesota, has just been exposed even more than he already was. So here's the daycare center where they misspelled the word learning. And this is the sign that Nick, for some reason, tried to hide in his video. This is a close-up picture of that
Definitely says 2 p.m.
sign, and you can take a look at their hours right here, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now, this is a
1 p.m. it says right there, and this is a location he went to after he was at that location, so he was definitely at that the first one where learning is misspelled even earlier than 1 p.m.
close-up image from Nick's YouTube video of a lady's phone screen that answered the door at the next place he visited. And if you take a close look, you can see it says it's 1:09 p.m. This means that Nick went to that daycare center, saw the sign on the door, and intentionally went there before they were supposed to open to try to expose them as not having any kids in the building or locking their doors. Pretty disingenuous, isn't it? But it somehow gets even worse. This specific place he went to is confirmed to be closed. I did some more research to try to find out some more information about who exactly this guy is and why he's coming up out of nowhere. And it turns out he went on a full-fledged propaganda tour to Israel just a few months ago. What a coincidence. Now this guy's being heavily amplified by Elon Musk, J.D. Vance, and the entire conservative media sphere. This is nothing more than propaganda that's meant to dehumanize the Somali people. MAGA pretends to care about fraud so much, but they didn't say a single word when Trump pardoned a guy that committed a $1.2 billion nursing home fraud scheme. Nick Shirley, the journalist.
Okay, yeah, so he was kind of rambling at the end there, which, I mean, I guess it kind of matters, but I guess this Nick Shirley dude is like an Israel shill or something. I mean, I've seen clips of him before, but I don't really know who he is that much. I'm not really that well informed about the guy, but it seems like he's misrepresenting these people's business. And regardless, this is a daycare. No daycare is just letting you, random guy with security and cameramen, in their daycare. I don't want you going in a daycare where my child would be at, and I don't want you filming my child without my consent. I don't know who you are. You don't have any kids there. You have no reason to be there. It's kind of weird. And I don't think any daycare, no matter the race or location, is going to allow you inside to see the children, which just sounds crazy.
This is ABC Learning Center in Minneapolis.
They have to learn ABC and numbers.
Director Ahmed Hassan gave WCCO a tour after finding his daycare in the national spotlight.
All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center.
In a now viral video, right-wing YouTuber Nick Shirley claims nearly a dozen daycare centers in Minnesota are taking public funds but not providing a service. He says ABC Learning Center is one of them, knocking on the door in mid-December.
I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Hassan says his employee didn't respond because Shirley was in a group of about 8 people, and his staff were concerned about recent ICE activity.
Is this daycare committing fraud?
No, we're not committing.
I mean, even despite ICE activity, I mean, that just seems like a security threat. Like, you're in a group of 8 men and you have no children with you, and they've never seen you before, so they obviously know you have no children that are inside here. So it's just like, what are you doing here? What do you, open the door and let me see the children? What do you mean? You want to enroll a child here? Why do you have 8 people with you and a camera crew if you want to enroll a child here? What do you mean? Obviously you don't want to enroll a child here, and this is some type of political stunt. I don't get how dense people really are. It's
Proud.
ridiculous.
Hassan showed us security footage from the same day Shirley was here. According to the timestamps in the videos, this woman takes a young child into the center at around 9 a.m. that day, about 3 hours before Shirley arrives at the door closer to the street. Within the hour after Shirley leaves, a woman arrives at the other door with a stroller. A larger family heads inside a few hours later. Tuesday afternoon, WCCO found at least a dozen children at ABC Learning Center, which is licensed with the state. Records show Minnesota officials last visited the daycare in November, noting some corrected and ongoing violations related to day-to-day operations, but no record of fraud.
What did I do? I'm just a typical human being who wants to live and
Yeah, so like these people have some type of violations with the state already. They're already on the radar, but they don't have any fraud violations. They're not committing fraud. There's no evidence of them committing fraud. And I don't know if they said it already, but the Nick Shirley dude was saying something like, oh, they have blackout windows and blah, blah, blah. Like, what? That seems like a good safety precaution to me. If the windows are tinted, that means in the day and age we live in, a potential mass shooter that's trying to look inside can't see inside, but you can see him if he walks up to the door and is trying to do something to harm these children or harm the adults that are inside here or anyone. Like, what do you mean? And then this is a predominantly Muslim community, which pretty sure a lot of them might not be okay with being on camera at all in any way, shape, or form. And besides that, they might have credible threats against them because of all the anti-Islamic hate that's going around in America at this current moment. So they have a genuine, valid point to not let you inside. They don't know you. You're nobody to them. No one of significance at all. You have no business being there, yet they're wrong for not letting you in. Crazy.
do the right thing. I have kids to feed.
Umi Hassan, the daycare's current owner, believes these latest fraud accusations are political. Both she and Hassan are Somali Americans.
We pay our taxes. We do whatever we can to be a law-abiding citizen. At the same time, when one Somali does something wrong, we all get collective punishment.
With Shirley's video now approaching 2.3 million views on YouTube alone, they say they are getting non-stop phone calls harassing them.
I was looking for a place for my granddaughter.
With many of those calls attached to out-of-state phone numbers.
They normally say, knock, knock, we're gonna come. Yep. You're gonna arrest, something like that.
Hassan says they turned over attendance records.
Yeah, so I mean, this is kind of like absurd. Like, I mean, it might be a lawsuit coming his way. Like this comment says right here, sue the F out of Nick Shirley. Like, I mean, this might be a lawsuit coming his way because now there's people harassing these businesses and they're legitimate. And this shouldn't be happening. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything to get on your radar. You heard of something online or in some type of news reporting of some type of Somalis committing fraud, which probably were already apprehended if there's a news reporting about it. And you decided to go out there on your own accord and try and get some content out of it, which is ridiculous. And just like the lady said, I mean, one Somali does something and then they're collectively punishing all Somalis for it. I mean, there is a problem within the Somali community in the Midwest area. I don't think it's daycare fraud. Maybe some people are committing daycare fraud, but the real problem will be the gang violence, money laundering, sending money back to maybe some type of foreign organizations that might be on terrorist watch lists and things of that nature, which seems to be like a more serious problem than daycare fraud, if that's even currently going on. And like he just said, they're submitting records, they're submitting proof, and the only violations for all of these places where Nick Shirley went are nothing to do with fraud. So that's kind of crazy to me. Maybe he should have went out there and did a real video on the actual problems that are going on. Like maybe he should have linked up with a person like Tommy G and did a video about the actual problems that are plaguing the Somali community in that region and other people that aren't Somalian in that community, in those communities, you know? Like these are real actual problems that are detrimental to society, not daycare fraud, which isn't going on.
To comply with the Department of Homeland Security.
Well, let me say it's not going on, but it's not going on to the degree they're making it seem.
Request, they're now waiting to hear back. CBS News is reviewing records related to the same daycares. All but 2 have active licenses. And Aaron, while the active places have violations related to safety or staff training, there's no recorded evidence. This is ABC Learning Center.
He says there's no recorded evidence of fraud. So none of these places have evidence of any fraud going on. They have some type of safety violations or whatever, but it's not what they're saying it is. Oh, I was gonna look up the Trump video, but I don't even think he talks about the Somali problem in the Trump video. So that's gonna be it for this video. Yeah, I think Nick Shirley is a bullshitter and he just tried to do something for clout and attention. And if he really wanted to focus on the problems in the Somali community that are plaguing communities in the United States in the Midwest region, then he would do a video on something like gang violence, but he didn't. So that's all I have to say. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me, Kumo DTV everywhere, Kumo Cast on YouTube. You know what it is. I'm out of here.